What is going on? How are you doing? Happy Wednesday. Glad to be with you. Today's video I'm going to drop, like I said, on Monday, back on my normal videos. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, going to drop a video informing people on real estate, all things real estate. Doesn't matter what it is, the process of it, the investing, the current market status, you name it. I'm going to be informing you guys, dropping videos on it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as I said. Today's video is something that people have seen me post quite often and have seen me say, and also members of my team say quite often, and it's who you work with matters. And I know some people might be thinking, that's self-explanatory, why are we even having a video on this? But it's really not, if you think about it. You know, as a seller, I see it all the time where people just Google somebody's name in their area that's a realtor, and they just see the big name, and it's a popular name, whatever the case may be, as he works with the name brand broker or whatever whatever the thing may be, and they just instantly go with them. They say that's enough, we're going to go with them, end of story. And what that realtor does is, because it's such a big time and have so many other transactions going on at the time, they just take a sign, stick it in front. Maybe they do one open house, but they don't really push it. They don't really call people. They don't really sit down with their team and say, hey, we got to be pushing this property. They don't give it the personal attention it deserves and needs. And some sellers do their due diligence. I'm not going to lump everybody into one category. But the other thing is with buyers too, same thing. They don't normally typically sit down and decide who they're going to work with through the transaction. A real estate transaction has a lot of moving pieces. You have the appraisal, you have the loan company, you have the CO, you have the city, you have permits that you have to make sure aren't open or closed, whatever the case may be. There's just so many things I couldn't even fill you all in on this video. The video would be too long and it wouldn't be worth watching for you. So the point is, you need a realtor that can handle all things that come up in a real estate transaction, that gets you from A to Z, from the start of the deal all the way to close, so you can be living in your house. The house is the biggest purchase and investment you're ever going to make in your life. So why would you ever trust just anybody to do the transaction for you? Why wouldn't you do your due diligence and get a realtor who can A, handle everything that comes up and get you through closing and lead you the right way, and B, cares about the client and cares about their happiness and cares about them getting in the right house. I'm a young realtor. I've had my license for a little bit over a year now, but before this, I was an assistant to a big-time realtor who did 35 to 50 transactions a year. I helped him get through all the deals that we done over those 4 years. Whatever might pop up, we got it done. I got a funny story at the end of this video to share with you, just to show you that mentality I have is to just get it done no matter what it takes. But the point is, there's nothing I can't handle at this point. There's expect the unexpected. I can handle all things. I've dealt with FHA loans, VA loans, conventional loans, cash deals, you name it, I've dealt with it. I've even dealt with solar panel transfers, basically recently on my own deal. The whole process of doing that, there's nothing I can't handle. There's nothing that would take me by surprise at this point, and I know how to resolve all the issues to get you to the dream house once you've had an offer accepted. Now, part two of that is, like I said, someone who cares about their client. And I'm telling you, share a story. Most of my information I have as far as myself goes is personal stories. And I had a client, she'd been dreaming for her own house for her and her kids for 9-10 years. And it was at the heat of the market, when it was a seller's market and people were going 30, 40, 50,000 over ask. She didn't have a ton of cash. She had some cash for the down payment. She needed some concessions to help with closing costs. And, so it was a tough market. And, we were bidding 20, 30,000 over ask to get a house that she liked. But at the same time, when she needs 8 to 12,000 in concessions, you take that off, because concessions is, basically the seller helping you pay out of their own pocket, and their own proceeds to close on the house. So it takes away from your offer. So I was just getting creative. Every time I told her we didn't get the house, our offer got rejected, they countered, and we can't do it. I could hear her getting more and more depressed, more and more pessimistic. And, her lease was coming up. We're getting to the point, if we waited another 1 or 2 weeks, she was just going to have to re-up on her lease and wait a whole another year. And she's been waiting for this for 9 to 10 years. And I wasn't going to allow that to happen. I did whatever I had to do. I got creative. I found a house that wasn't quite on the market yet, that wasn't quite finished. We got in there. We got it done. Came with a strong offer. I even reduced my commission to help make up for the concessions to get it done. And that's not something I'm thrilled to do. But again, I just wasn't going to allow her to have to wait on her dream for another year for what, $500-600 difference in my check. It just wasn't going to happen. And not every realtor is going to do that, but that's okay. Not every realtor is me. You know, I do what has to be done to get a deal done for my clients. That's the end of the story. I don't care. I'm not too good to do anything. You know, there were some interesting things that came up. We thought at one point there was an underground oil tank on the property. I had a surveyor that I work with personally. He came out, he, you know, radiated and x-rayed the ground, made sure there was no oil tank. We were good to go. I have every single thing you would ever need: contractors, inspectors, like I said, underground x-ray, you know, radiator guys, you know, you name it, I have it, solar guys. And here's the thing, here's the beautiful thing with me: I will never recommend you anyone that I wouldn't use myself, because your experience, whether it's my fault or not, if you have a bad experience with someone else, but you're using me as the realtor and I recommended them, your thought is still going to be, after it's all said and done, that it was my guy and I made the process harder on you than it had to be. So I would never recommend you use somebody that I wouldn't use personally myself. Now, the funny story I had, to end this and wrap this up with, the whole thing of doing whatever it takes to get it done. When I was an assistant to the other realtor, we had a deal that was closed, and it was FHA. Part of FHA guidelines is if you have a back porch, you have to have, that's over a certain amount of height, you have to have railings on the side. So we had this house. It was scheduled to close in a week. The FHA appraisal came out, and he said that, you know, it needs guardrails up. It needs railing up. It doesn't have any railings. You know, it's a safety hazard. The owner had already done repairs. He was unwilling to do the deal because he was like, I've already done all these repairs. I wasn't expecting this expense. It's going to be another $1,500 to get it done. And we only have 2 days before we're supposed to close. It's not even going to close on time. So me and the realtor I was the assistant to, we put our own money together. We funded the rail because we were going to make money off the deal. And then we had our repair guy come out there, our contractor come out there, put up the rails from 8 p.m. I was out there, you know, managing him, overseeing the operation. We put up the rails on the back patio from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning. Had the FHA appraisal come out the very next day. He cleared it and it closed on time. Once again, who you work with matters. You need somebody that's going to get a job done, get it done, get you through it, A to Z, get it done, like I said. So if you're buying or selling, I'm the guy. I can do everything. I can handle everything. I'm going to care about you personally as a client as well, and your happiness with the transaction. So until Friday, I'll talk to you, and everybody have a great day.